Alright, so today what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be sealing up the trailer, but we actually have to seal up the underside of the overhangs. And to do that, I'm just using some scrap OSB that I have. You could use plywood if you want to, but this is much cheaper. And I had some leftover OSB from making my sawhorse table. So I'm cutting off the overhang part that goes underneath. And depending on your trailer, you might have to do one extra step. So come over here and I'll show you what the extra step is. So right here, we have this extra step, which is I have to cut these little slots, and that's because there are brackets underneath my trailer, and so I need to cut out these little slots right here. Now when I'm cutting these out, I'm not exactly concerned with how accurate they are, and that's because over the top of each one of these, I'm going to be putting another board on the top of this to seal that in completely. But these are for going in right here, and when they come in here, if you, Josh, come over here and look down inside here, and you can see that inside here they're now sealed in. And right around here you can see this is the spot where I'm going to put another piece of board right on top of that. So I'm going to just nail these in all along the way. Before I do that, there's a couple of steps I have to do to prepare to nail these in. First of all, OSB on the sides is where it actually, water can enter OSB and it can make it swell up. So to prevent that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a light coating of epoxy or something on there just to cover the edge of all around the entire outside of these. It doesn't take long, you just basically use a brush and go along the entire outside. The other thing I'm going to do to prepare is on the inside, once I have this in here and installed, all along the edges here, I'm going to be putting a little bit of caulking just to keep it so that way moisture has a harder time getting in. I'm not super worried about moisture getting underneath here, but I just want to prevent it as much as possible. And then once I have these installed all the way along, then the next step is I'm going to be installing my insulation in here, and then the actual subfloor OSB that goes on top. And that's it.